Yeah, such a bummer. Yelling out, God, please save me. Cause lately I've been feeling crazy. Trying to find me again. Screaming out.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kobe, and I am back with another video. Okay. As you can tell by the title, already, I'm going to be doing another story time, y'all, for you guys. We're doing another story time, and in today's story time, I'm going to be telling you guys the story about how I realized that my baby's father, was a narcissist. Oh, y'all. Okay, this story is gonna be very interesting. It's gonna be very I feel like a lot of people are gonna be able to relate to this video because a lot of people kind of go through the same thing. And I've heard a lot of stories about how people have gone through the same thing, or just not dealing with narcissists and just people. Before we get into this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on post notifications. Let me know what you want to see in this video, in the next video. Let's get this video to like 100,000 likes, and let me just get right into this story time about how my baby dad is narcissist. Oh my gosh. I done just killed the ant, y'all. I'm gonna tell you guys like what I started noticing like in the beginning, because I didn't even write this part down. But what I did notice in the beginning was how like his mother was kind of like narcissistic a little bit. Like, I don't even know if it's narcissistic, racist, whatever the case is. She did not like me because she was literally like, when I first met her, she was literally like I said hi to her, and she was just like she didn't even say hi to me. She just kind of looked at me like and gave me a face, right? And about like the second time that I hung out with her, y'all, the second not hung out with her, but the second time I hung out with him in their house, like, she literally like was talking. She came home from work and she's talking about like black girls, and I'm sitting here like what are you doing? Like, in my head I'm just like, huh? Like, this is really what we talking about right now? Is this really the conversation you having right now? Like, when I'm right here, you obviously don't care that I'm right here and you talk about black girls. I'm not gonna get into the conversation because I'm not trying to expose her that much, but yeah, y'all, she was literally like talking bad about black women, and I was sitting here like, oh, okay. And then so then there was this other situation that me and him got into, and basically like his mother just didn't like me, obviously, so that was a big issue in the beginning of our relationship. And then she literally kind of made like this ultimatum for him, like basically like, it's me or like your family or your girl or whatever the case is. So I remember like talking to him like, are you about to have your family stop us? Hi. You could have closed the door back. Oh gosh. Let's say hi. Say hi, guys. Hi, guys. Okay, but yeah, I'm talking bad about your father. So okay, let me stop, y'all. I do not be telling him like I'm talking bad about your father. Like, I don't talk about his father to him. He don't even understand what I'm saying. But it was a joke. Okay, what are you talking about? You say mama. Say mama. You're not watching your show? Alright, you gotta go. You're doing too much. You gotta go. Bye. Now jumpy. Look. Like, am I supposed to just keep talking while you talk? And that's what he does, yeah. Okay, well, why don't you go finish your show? Give me so cute. Give me kisses. can't kiss you because I got lipstick on. Alright, bye. So basically, yeah, she made an ultimatum. Like basically, you or my family, your family or her or whatever. And I'm sitting here talking to him, like, are you about to let your family just like get in between us? And he's like, no, 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 no. But he low key did, because he was like, you know, I think we should just like separate for a little bit. And I'm sitting here like, okay, so you're telling me one thing and then you're telling me another thing, like at the same time. Like, you just said what you said, and then what you're saying now is contradicting everything you just said. So that was that, y'all. And I was sitting here like we didn't went through a whole big thing into our relationship. He started doing little things like I'd get dressed for him, like I'd get all dressed up. Like after a while I stopped getting all cute and stuff, and then there were days where I'm like, oh, I feel like getting dressed up, like he might like this, or he might appreciate that I look good right now and I'm getting all dressed up for him, and he might like this look, or like I'm doing little things like that just to surprise him and look all, you know, sexy and stuff. But he literally just like, he would get mad or be like, who you getting dressed for? Or like, why you look that, like, he would say it in a way that's like I'm getting dressed for somebody else, or like I'm going out right now, like I'm about to go out, or like, you know, like, why are you getting dressed? Like he was questioning it. Like he didn't really sit here and be like, oh, you look so beautiful, oh, you look good. Like he didn't do all that. He's just like, why you look like that? You know, like he would get mad about it, y'all. And I felt like that was very, I don't even know if that's narcissistic, but it's very like sad. Like he was just trying to put me down. That's what it felt like. And I'm not gonna lie, like when we first got together, his mother and his friends and even him was telling me like he's very insecure. And I'm just sitting here like, you can't put that on, you know, me. Like I didn't make you insecure. I didn't put you, like I didn't do that to you. And like I get, like, I am, you know, beautiful. I get I'm beautiful, whatever. But why would you even get with me? You know, like, why would you even try to be with me if you felt that insecure towards me, or even being with me? You know, like, that's right there. It should have been red flag number one, but it wasn't. Yeah, so he made me feel like I was getting dressed up for like somebody else, or like I was just doing, like I shouldn't have been getting dressed up. Or he would make it seem like we was in competition, like because I look good, like now he feels like he's less than, or he needs to get dressed up, or oh, like I'm trying to make him feel bad about himself. So he kind of put that on me a lot, and it made me not want to like get dressed, like especially not for him. Like I know I'm not supposed to get dressed for somebody else, and that's kind of a problem. That's a me thing. But you know, sometimes we get dressed and it's like I want to look good for him. Like I feel like he likes the color red, so let me throw on the color red today, and he gonna be like, like, you don't want to touch me more. Like y'all know what I'm talking about. But yeah, he would do things like that. Another thing he would do is he would hold things against me. A lot of the time he would hold things against me. Literally, like I would do something that he didn't like, or something that he says is wrong, and like weeks later he's still talking about it. He's still like, oh, well, remember when you did this? So like anytime like he did something to hurt my feelings, he's like, but remember when you did this? But remember when you did this? Oh, we're not gonna talk about what I just did because you did this the other day. Like he would do things like that, you know, like just constantly trying to make me feel like I'm wrong in every situation. When I mean every situation, it was every situation. Okay, like it was no like. And then he would like try to justify like why he was acting the way he was acting. Like, I'm treating you like this because when we first got together you did this. And it's like, that's not okay. Like, you don't do that to somebody, especially if you're trying to be in a relationship and move forward. Like, if somebody does something to you that you can't get past, you don't stay with them. You know, like I just feel like that's wrong. Like, you don't just stay in that relationship and hold it again. Like, that's terrible. But yeah, he would do things like that, hold things against me, and he'd be like, well, you didn't apologize. There were times where I would apologize, and I would be like, you know, I didn't even feel like I needed to apologize, or like this was so stupid for me that I would still apologize. But like He would also lie a lot, like you just never apologize. And I'm sitting here like, you don't remember that whole conversation we had where I apologized? And he's like, no, like he would. Now that I'm looking back at it, this isn't even my notes. This is not even in my notes. It's making me mad. He would literally like not apologize. Like he would lie a lot. He lied. He would make things up. If I proved my point, he would try to come up with something else. So he would try to switch the conversation, right? So I would be like, oh, well, why would you do that? Like, that hurt my feelings, and blah, 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 blah. He's like, oh, but you know what? Remember the other day? Da, 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 da. And I'm like, okay, no, but I proved my point then in A, Y, X, Y, and Z. And he's like, oh, but, then this happened, or then this happened. Like, he wouldn't stick to one conversation. He would switch it up. Every time I prove my point, we're on to the next conversation. Every time I prove my point, we're on. Like, he never had like a, oh, you know what, my bad, you're right, like, you know what, let me just stop. Like, he would always try to come up with things to say next, you know. Like, he would never just kind of stop and be like, all right, I'm wrong, you're right, I'm wrong. Like, he would never do that, ever. Another thing that he did, y'all, like, he would literally try to make me feel like I am, like, there was times where I would cry and be sad, and whether it's over things that he did to me or just me being sad about something else, like, there was a lot of drama with his family, not just with me and him, but like with his family. And he has a baby mother, another baby mother, so like there was a lot of drama with that. And there was times where I was sad and I would cry, and he would like, why are you crying? There's no need to cry, don't cry, what do you have these feelings for? And then I'm sitting here like, what? Like, so let me just say it like this. In the beginning, I would come to him and I would be sad and try to express how I felt. He would look at me and get mad and be like, pretty much justify like whatever's going on. Like, you don't need to feel this way. Like, there's no reason for you to feel this way. So what I would do is I would literally decide to cry by myself, just cry in a corner somewhere and like not even show him that I'm crying. But because we lived together at the time, he would see me like laying down or sad and be like, what's your problem? Like, what's your issue? So he would still see me in my feelings. And he was literally like, why are you crying? Why are you doing that? Why are you acting like that? Why are you like, it was never like, are you okay? What happened? Let's talk about it. Like, he never did any of that. He would literally just kind of get mad every time I cried, y'all. And that's very traumatizing for anybody. Like, I felt like I literally just could not cry. Like, even till this day, now that we're here, like, when I cry, I feel crazy when I cry. Like, I feel like when you actually date a narcissistic person, he started making me feel like I was crazy. Let's just put it that way. Like, I started feeling like I'm just off the walls. Like, maybe I'm bugging. Like, I'm just bugging constantly. Like, another thing he would do is he was constantly arguing with his baby mother. Now, some people might say that's what happens, right? I get it, they're not over each other. Whatever the case is, they have a baby, they have disagreements. My problem with that is that's not a thing, like, at all, because I have a baby with him. Me and him have gotten into arguments, but the way they was arguing is completely different than me and him ever argue. It also probably goes into the type of person I am, because she would keep it going, like, not stop. Like, I did notice how she would like keep calling him back to back, texting him till 3 o'clock in the morning, calling him till 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, it was crazy. All right, like, so I don't do that, and maybe some people do that, and like they just can't get over themselves. I don't know, but maybe that's why, like, that was a whole thing. But I know for a fact that I do not sit here and argue with this man for hours. I'll say what I have to say. I'll get mad. I'll say what I have to say. And even eventually I started realizing, like, it's not even worth it. Like, I'm not even arguing with you. But, like, they would argue. Like, he would literally sit here like, I have to argue with her. That was literally his reason. I have to argue with her. I have to defend myself. I have to do this. I have to do that. And it's like, you don't. you want to, you might like that attention that you get from her. And that's kind of the vibes I was getting. Like, he just enjoys that negative attention, that negative energy, because, you know, misery likes company. And for someone to be that insecure and that, like, unsure of themselves, and then obviously this girl was still feeling some sort of way, like, that's just two miserable people that just want to be around. They just want to argue, want to be negative, want to, you know. And dealing with him and his family, I realized that they are very negative people. And I've never been the type of person to be like, oh, like the world is ending because this happened. And like, I've never been that type of person. Nobody wants to sit here and be with someone arguing with them at 3 in the morning. Me and him are laying in bed watching movies at 3 in the morning, and you got this girl hitting you up. And like, it would be out of nowhere. Like, they wouldn't have conversations all day, and she would randomly text them at 3 in the morning, like, just to talk, just to start an argument or something like that. So to me, that was just like, you're obviously entertaining it, which is why she feels like she can text you, you know, at 3 in the morning and just start any old conversation. Like, it would even be conversations that's not about the kid. Like, it would be conversations about their old relationship, you know. Like, that's just y'all arguing about what happened before. Like, y'all see what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. It's just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, that's another thing I realized. And so another thing that he would do is kind of, I did say he was insecure, and I don't even know if this is like the same thing. Like, I don't know if these two topics match up with each other, link up, or they are in the same category. But like, we'd get into an argument, for example, about something completely different than this topic, and he would literally be like, oh, I'm gonna go get somebody else pregnant. Y'all, let me say that to somebody. Let you say that to somebody. Let your man say that to you. And y'all arguing. There were times where we would break up, and literally, like, I'd be gone for a night. I'd come back the next day, because everybody knows that's what happens in arguments or relationships. You kind of like need a moment to yourselves. So basically, I would come back and he's like, oh, I was talking to somebody else last night because I thought we were over. Ain't no way in America you thought we was over because we argued and needed some space. Like, I'd get if like a couple days passed, y'all, and we just didn't speak, and you genuinely thought we were done. But like, it was one night, and even that night, we were still like, I was still calling. Like, I still call him. Like, we probably just didn't speak because I went to bed or something. He was talking to somebody else already. Y'all see what I'm talking about? Like, it's just not, there's a lot of things. And then there was another thing that he did where, like, he tried to make me, I don't want to say make me, because you can't make me do nothing, but like, he kind of made me feel like I needed to, like, he wanted to be in a relationship with other women, like me, him, and somebody else. And he was kind of starting to do little things, like make me feel like I had to at least try to do that for him, you know. Like, I want to be in another relationship, like, I want to explore that part of my life, let's try it. And I'm sitting here like, okay. And like, it even got to a point where like, I was living with his baby mother and him. If y'all want a story time of that, I'll let y'all know. If y'all want a story time of that, I'll let y'all know. I'll put y'all on. Let me know if y'all want a story time of that. But no, it came to a point where he literally tried to make me like get into a relationship with him and his baby mother, pretty much. And he tried to get me to start flirting with her, and like, he was like, she'd leave me alone and we'd stop arguing so much if we just did this. And I'm just like, first of all, now that I'm even thinking about it, what were y'all talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, what were y'all really talking about for you to sit here and think that she's gonna stop arguing with you and everything's gonna be cool between you two and y'all can be able to co-parent if we're all in a relationship? Like, there had to be some sort of communication there, and that type of, you know, like, there had to be some sort of communication for you guys, for him to say, oh, she'll be okay after we do this. And I'm just sitting here like my brain like just goes to like, what is going on? Like, am I, but like, did we enter into a whole different universe, or like, is this how relationships go? Like, I'm just all like confused at this point. I'm sitting here like, okay, that's cool too. Down. So there were times where we would get into an argument and he would literally like, we'd argue and then he'd all of a sudden be like, I need space. All right. So that's normal. Maybe, depending on how the conversation goes. Like, there was times where we'd be dead smack in the middle of a conversation and he just walks away like, I'm done. I'm not even having this conversation. And then he'd come back hours later. Hours, okay? So it takes you hours to calm down. Hours. Like 1, 2, 3, 4 hours maybe. I'm still sitting here like, is he gonna come back? Are we gonna have this conversation? Like, are we gonna finish our conversation? Like, I'm still mad. You know, like, I'm mad. Like, at that point, I'm mad, but I'm able to talk. Like, at that point, I'm like, okay, so like, are we gonna finish this conversation? There were times where he would like leave and text me and be like, well, I can't have conversations through text, like face to face, because I need to figure out what I'm gonna say. But that's when he started calculating what he's gonna say, when he's gonna say, and if it even made sense before he said it, you know, to try to make it seem like he's right in some way, because he don't want to own up to what he got going on. So there were times where like he would, like I said, leave for hours. He would come back, and if we didn't end up texting, he would come back hours later and act like everything was fine. Like, we wouldn't even have the conversation. If I tried to bring up the conversation, y'all, we're arguing all over again, he leaving again. And that's just kind of how that went for a very long time. And he literally would try to be like, well, I feel like I can't talk to you because in the beginning of our relationship, you did X, Y, and Z. So if y'all don't know what that is, please, if that's not narcissistic, if that's not manipulation, if that's not all of the toxic words in the book, somebody please let me know if I'm bugging. Okay, so yeah, there's that. It was a whole big like thing that went down. If y'all want me to get into a story time about how me and him ended up living with his baby mother, oh my gosh, is it true, y'all, when they say you kill one ant and more will come? Because I just killed an ant and another one came. But all right, y'all, that's the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys think that, you know, he was being narcissistic and y'all think like this man is bugged all the way out, just let me know in the comments what y'all think about the story time. If y'all want another story time about how crazy things actually got, let me know in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. My lipstick is already messed up.